Look at that. Hi. 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 Hey everyone. It's hard to make YouTube videos when you just like cannot show your face because you just have a mental block where you don't want to. Like that's valid and everything, but then your job is to... Hey everybody, today we are going to be repotting some of my plants, like this plant right here that is a little bit out of frame. And it has been, some of its leaves have been just falling out onto the floor, and it's really scary when one of these long ass leaves just flops onto the floor and you're like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong to you? Of course, like 300 cats just run in and try and stand directly underneath this when I need to put it down. So I have a few snake plants in my house. If anyone is interested, I have some beginner's knowledge on...
Hold up, so why did I do that? Why did I put myself down, even though I probably successfully have like 15 plants in my home right now, and some of them I've had for over 3 years, so that's pretty good plant care. I said this because on the internet, you cannot be an expert because the expectations are too high, so you have to be a beginner at all times, no matter what. Please excuse my self-depreciating language. I do not talk like this in real life. I only talk like this on YouTube because I've been conditioned to put myself down, to not appear as an expert, to avoid scrutiny and criticism. I continue.
I have a pretty good routine on keeping my plants alive. I've had this jade plant since my apartment, and frankly, it's going off right now. It looks so good. It's never been healthier. So, I know a little bit about plants, and in order to rescue my snake plant today, we're going to be changing its soil. It's a pretty big, what's the phrase for when you have to do something hard? Undertaking to do this. So, a little bit of background on the snake plant. I got this from a greenhouse nursery that specializes in exotic plants. And when I asked, how do I take care of this plant? They told me to water it every week. And normally you're like, snake plant, ha ha ha, I don't have to water it for 3 months. However, this was kept in a greenhouse where it was watered once a week, and it was always kept in a moist tropical environment with like water underneath as well. And she was doing great, completely thriving, huge. And then it started to die. And I was still watering it every week, but it was getting root rot, which is stinky, smelly, sad. So I'm going to be replacing it today with cactus soil, which is soil that dries really easily when you water it. Picked it up from Home Depot. I have a couple other snake plants in my house. We're going to give them all the royal treatment, and hopefully that helps this young lady, because I don't want any more root rot. And this just fell off. Root rot. I knew it. The volume of this plant has significantly decreased, and that makes me sad. Some of the leaves that fell off, though, I was able to save, and they are currently propagating. What am I supposed to do with this? So let's head outside where it is cold, and I will be Tom Nook. Do you have stinky ears? Ew. 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 These stinky ears. They don't really stink.
Here is my first snake plant I want to fix. This, I just feel like it's so loose. It's so loose in there. This is like dead. And then I'm gonna add this little baby to give it a little more volume in here. It also doesn't fit in this pot, but I want to keep it in like its nursery pot, at least for now, until I find something that might fit it better, just because, I don't know, it's so finicky. I'm scared to like pot it for real in here. Here's some extra nursery pots I just had in the backyard, so we'll test some of these out.
probably not great that I'm doing this and it's freezing outside. So I just gently pulled it out, and you can see it has healthy roots. It smells fine. And then there's this. I think the issue with this snake plant is it just wasn't planted maybe deep enough. Oh no, I am seeing some root rot right here. Oh! Yup. Oh no. Here it all is. There's the rot. That sucks. See it? See how it's getting gummy right here? Might be hard to tell, but that is all root rot. Okay, at least we found it. Yeah, this is all gummy. Oh no, I had no idea this one was dying too. I thought this one just was weak. Okay, yeah, pulling this apart, you can see all water. All water is like logged in there. This seemed like healthy new growth as well, but you can see it's all gummy until like right there, which is what I was seeing, so I didn't think this was a problem. This plant is not a total loss, hopefully, if we propagate it right. So right where it gets gummy, right here, we'll have to trim, or else the root rot will infect the entire plant. So I'm just trimming this right here. And you want to just get rid of the gum. See here, where it's like a little transparent, that's all root rot. Yeah, you can see this is like actually soaked. And it's really squishy, and it's pretty gross. Like look, it's like bubbling and... So now I'm gonna dump out this soil and kind of just check it out. There's a couple of reasons you can be getting root rot: overwatering, you know, not enough drainage, or there could be a bacteria. Actually, I didn't cut this one short enough. There could also be bacteria in here. This was our other snake plant, and it's healthy. It's just dying on the top. Great news for snake plants. So right here in the core of the pot, it seems like there's just a big wet mound, I guess, where things weren't being properly drained. Kind of light and fluffy on the sides here. And then the center is just mud, and that's no good. And it smells pretty bad, so we're just gonna fuck off that whole soil there. So what do we do with these pieces? These have to be propagated, so we can't just stick them back in because they need to grow little roots in order to stay in the soil, pretty much. So we will propagate these in a small glass of water. In the meantime, I have this and these that I've been working on. Obviously this is dead AF. Looks like this is rotting as well. This has root rot. And this one is okay, and it has a little bit of roots. So we'll work with this one. This soil is probably bad too. Oh, sad. Okay, well, since the majority of that plant is dead, we can use one of these smaller pots, I guess. So I am using fast drying formula. Miracle Grow Cactus Palm Citrus Potting Mix. Oh wow, this really had to be repotted. Wow, wow, wow. That's wild. Okay. That's great news for us. All great. Maybe this will have little babies. Now I'm just gonna put our other snake plants in there to vibe. Next I just have some water. I'm gonna mix some fertilizer in it, like not a lot. I got this pot from Home Depot over the weekend, and it's so gorgeous. I love it so much. And it has the proper drainage at the bottom. This is my favorite kind of drainage because if you overwater your plant, it drains out of the bottom and then stays in this kind of saucer. I had planned on using this upstairs. Sorry, it just feels so good. I think it's so gorgeous. It like caught my attention and I was like, I need that. Since my snake plant has turned into a little tiny baby, it'll be perfect for this. Again, it's too big. Well, whatever. This is our new situation here. Hopefully this lives. Please live. So next I have some cuttings from my other snake plant that died. Oh, we're getting root rot, and they've been propagating in here for like 2 days, and this one is already getting gummy, so I'm going to retrim it. This one seems okay. When people say that this is the easiest plant to take care of, I really don't know what they're talking about. So I'm gonna switch it to this mason jar, because I think that that is aesthetic. And that way I can fit my other like clippings in there as well. These are huge. I really don't think this will live, but I guess I'll just throw it in there anyway. There's like the littlest bit of water in there, and that's all you want, just like a little bit. This looks kind of goofy because you can see it from the top, but these are our new little guys. Hopefully living. I didn't expect this much of my root to be rotted for that big plant, but hopefully this works out. Next we have my big snake plant, which is quite a big undertaking, but I really want this one to be well. I don't want anything to happen to it. It was like $70 as well, so I want to take good care of it. So again, I'm just going to gently remove the snake plants, the stalks, and then replace the dirt. I'm really scared to do this. On top of this plant, I'm noticing too, there's like this yellow mold, I guess. This is like the mold. Probably not good. Probably, you know, maybe bacteria infection. So I'm just digging these cowboys out, I guess. The root system seems pretty strong, a lot stronger than the other snake plant where I just literally like picked it up. These are really, oh, this one's picking up. Okay, very good, impressive roots. I'm happy about that. Yeah, a lot of moisture in here. Pretty wet. I'm scared. I'm like hitting these like hard pieces. I'm like, it's gonna bite me. I don't recommend doing this if you don't have to, because I'm really scared right now. Why does this reed is dry? This is all pretty wet down here. Whoa, look at that. Look at that little... Oh, here we go. There's all the bacteria. Do you guys see that? All of that is bacteria. Oh my god. That's our big problem. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. As long as I'm not crazy. And here's some significant root rot. You can see that right there. But we can save this. Maybe. Put that with our others. Hopefully the bacteria from this, I guess, doesn't affect the others. I can't believe there's so much bacteria. Or mold or whatever that is. There's a lot of these roots and I'm wondering if I should be keeping these roots. Oh my god, here is a whole rotted, root rotted entire piece. Look at that. Oh my god, yeah, look. Look at all the mold. There's so much mold on the bottom. That's so crazy, because you know what? I thought since I got this from a greenhouse, like, it would be, like, used to moisture or something. This is all so wet, and I haven't watered this in a long time. That's really interesting. Yeah, you can see on the bottom of this, all that green, white, spory stuff. I'm assuming it's mold. Someone might know better what it is, but... See the speckle stuff? Damn. That's wild. So, although this is all hard work, I'm glad I'm doing it because apparently it was in much need. I'm going to try to wash a lot of this off, take away what I think like can't be saved, and just wash this. I'll be right back. Able to get almost all the dirt off of these roots here, and hopefully repotting them helps. Look at them all cleaned up, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna arrange them in here and just add dirt as I go. A little double-decker. Here is the plant, repotted, resoiled, and I'm going to water this inside upstairs in my shower just because it is freezing cold and I don't want to shock this thing anymore, but watering it will clean all of this extra stuff off. And here's my clippings.
So after that, I watered my plants with some room temp water, and then I let them kind of cool off on top of my radiator, and then I hit them with a grow light before putting them back where they usually live.
Hi. Meow 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 meow.
It has been about a few days since I repotted all the snake plants. Here are the propagated pieces. I mean, it's pretty hard to tell if these are doing well. I mean, you can tell when they're doing bad. So they seem to be doing okay. It's gonna take a long time for anything to happen in this department. But here is our small little dinky plant, but it looks like the soil has, for the most part, dried, and that's all we can really do. Everything looks okay. Everything seems solid to the touch, not flopping over. And for now, I just have this grow light kind of pointed at it. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. This snake plant looks really nice. The soil is drying out, and I think this one looks way better than it did. Now it is in there much better, I think. Here is our main snake plant that I was so worried about. This one had mold and every sort of thing like that. Looking at it, It looks like the soil still needs to dry out a little bit more, but I'm hopeful now that it's all new soil and it has no stinky moldy that it'll be nice. I'll keep you guys updated on Instagram, of course. You can follow me over there at Qcknd, but thank you guys so much for watching. Oh my god, I didn't realize I have double animals on.
Make sure you subscribe and thank you so much.
That looks so good. A little cursed because I'm using a flashlight, but it gets dark so early.